Okay, so I thought I might as well play Edith Finch for Halloween, spooky times. Does this still apply? No, if I have to use the mouse, I'm not in this game. Nope.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
It appears you're not. I was going to ask, is Slenderman around anywhere? Am I supposed to go around here, or...? No, I just came over that way, so I'm going towards the house, of course. It really does look like some sort of house out of Coraline. Gotta be this sort of like...
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Yeah, you would have had a weird childhood, right? It's gonna be very sad. Can you tell me what button I have to press? Do you think it's A? It's not. I'd insert chunk. Dubstep. No, not dubstep. Oh, there we go.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Someone hasn't been playing the... Can I have a look at them? Oh, I'm spinning. No, I can't cook on it. I don't know.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
No. It's like a mission to find the subtitles.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
To Narnia. What's the secret door in Wonderland? Who knows?
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Since my friend was having this problem with her recording system, so I wanted to check mine is fine. Oh dear. You're going on, aren't you? I haven't got a weapon on me. It's alright.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Just gonna push through these subtitles. Look at it. And if you're curious, I have seen the whole playthroughs, but they were a while back.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Sort of spoilery, sort of not.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were in that top room or something, because that is some praise for the heights there.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
When we're going in the back door. I'm sorry it takes me a bit of getting used to its controls. I've never really played an immersive game like this, so with a control course, so it's like I don't know what buttons I'm pressing. Can I not jump? I can't even jump over the fence. Just go down there. Oh, what is? What's missing? Yay, what a baby bump. Spoilers. I zoom in. Milton Finch, yeah. Do I just go back down or do I go around to the garage? I don't want to make the mother one, but if it faster to get to places if you could. The key unlock this. Oh no, screw that.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
It would be. I'm too sure you'd fit. Gary? Oh, Gary's pushing wheels. I haven't went upside down for a while, so sounds dumb. What books you reading? Japanese cooking. I don't think I can pick up anything, can I? It's just going back over memories, but it's be able to see in some bits. Shut the curtains. Should have done that earlier.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Makes sense, you don't want to spend millions on
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
So, welcome
But
to my
instead of
crib.
a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh, I didn't mean to zoom in that much. It's nice to put different books in, it's not just a repeat of the same.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Of course. See this cat. Any pictures around? Because I'm not too sure the cat will still
The
be
table
alive.
was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah, the furniture's perfectly intact. It's just the table was a mess. What's in here?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Sad.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Can I not look inside the box?
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Alright, let's put the TV on. that noise? Stop brewing. Sure, we'll go outside.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
That wasn't a jack in the box. For some reason I thought that was.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Yeah, makes sense. You got a pet?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
I can't go in there, can I? Do you want to sit on here or go the old way up?
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
I'm hiding under this.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Maybe stop believing him.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
The pink room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Find out about your family.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
Yeah, it must have hit harder in here. Can I not get around it? Shut the doors. Just want to get to the ball. No.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Wait, no, it doesn't really make much difference.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I don't want to eat hamster.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Ah, damn. I ate all the Halloween candy before it's even Halloween, yeah. Ugh. Time travel or what? And you don't eat the fish. Unless you turn into the cat. There we go. Wait, what if Cat Molly turned out to be her? Damn. I couldn't see any kid ever being that bad that I'd ever send them to bed without food though. It's just like we're denying them their growth.
I kept eating and eating.
No. Not good for you. Oh.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Up, Daniel. Pretty stairs.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Hey-oh. Damn. Ew. Am I supposed to have got the bird by now?
I
Oh,
jumped
this is
and I
good.
almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Yeah, I think the bird just guided me around. Dan.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Why? As a family, why do you want to take it away from it? I don't want to do this. I don't even know where I'll just jump. I just jumped back to where I was, didn't I? There we are.
I gobbled her up,
Oh.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Crazy. It's cute, white stories.
Rabbits.
I don't wanna.
Imagine his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Milk nails. What's a pouty? I'm
Mama
very
rabbit.
hungry. Wait, you want another rabbit? I thought you wanted something bigger. Of course you want a mother. Ugh. Well, you'll stay with me. Soon's got to go home. And yeah, why have we got such a... What's the word?
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Yeah, and shark, right? Whee! Ow. Flop. Flop. Let me get to the water, please.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
God, stomach is just never full, is it? What's for a prospect? Fishy!
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Oh, you don't want the fish. Okay. Don't want to see this.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Why? They're not going to get it round. I can't see. There it is. Can you just grab it and get it over with, please?
Grabbed on tight. And when I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Can you go around this way or... Oh.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
You know, monsters. Actually, you're not the Christmas snake, are you? It's a really young tentacle.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Do you eat all of those passengers? I mean, it depends on how many passengers as well, I suppose.
I slithered onto the sand,
Yes.
and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh yeah, back where I came from. Where's the door? It's over here. Yeah.
I got closer and closer.
Go back home. So I'll go back to bed. I mean, I'm already home. At least I was supposed to be home.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep, but it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Sure. That's not creepy at all.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yeah. Hold on. That's it. That was a cat meowing, wasn't it? Yeah.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, this sounds cool.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Oh, was I supposed to do something else? That surely can't be the only slide in that film.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Oh, for God's sake.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Can you show me what you just took off? Damn.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
She would be. What are these pictures? What? I was hoping I didn't find any dead bodies of birds. It's good then.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Forgot how silly this one was.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
So you can't exactly forget it, but I somehow did.
It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah. You're gonna use the same key.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Thought after you come in the bathroom for a second there.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
I'm probably going to be the worst to remember things about the family, because I'm really bad at trying to figure out family stuff, family history and whatnot.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
It's hard to remember everything about your family history.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
No.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
And in some twist of fantasy, he kind of did.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Don't blame yourself.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Yeah, it's the wind's fault, not yours.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
What's best stuff in the jump, or is he just... Yeah, he's just going to himself. We went all the way around.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Who wouldn't at that age? You always want to try and do that when you see the swings. It's a swing. strange thought that most of these kids so far happened to know that they were going to die.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Just a few moments beforehand, they all had the same psychic thought. It's just really strange.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Secret blockage. A pumpkin.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Wait, can I look back? What is it? What's this bit about? Do I go around here or do I go around there? I think that's just no way around it, because I'm gonna go in this room anyway.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yeah, it's a sad story, this one. Thought I was able to play the guitar for a second there.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah. It's sad, this is one of the coolest remakes, not remakes, but one of the coolest stories, and yet it's the saddest.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Not a good idea.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I actually have to pray this bit. I thought it was just gonna keep going by.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Don't imagine the worst, just expect it and you won't be jump scared.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
It's nice you can work that. Just too sure you could at first.
Fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
All things to hide in. Yep.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Too sure you should keep that.
Later,
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
What if he's already dead? It'd be better if I can go just a little bit faster, so he's not already dead at this point. Damn it, you're trying to put me up.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Not. She played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
I mean, that's considering Walter's still around and he hasn't been eaten by this human cat, shark, owl thing.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Back.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Probably not, since you can't find water anywhere. So I'm just going to his body. Hey, Rick, you still got your crutch back.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
It's a prick. Get out of there.
from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
You sure is so funny, dude.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
He was hiding under the bed the whole time. How come he didn't come out when we went into his room to look for him and called his name? God damn. I think I want to stop it there though, so I'll carry this on sometime. Special to see the rest of family history. What kind of books does she read? Alice in Wonderland. There's 2 Alice in Wonderlands. Yeah, different editions. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. We're to try it out and do some horror games for October. Videos Halloween. That's the Barbie font, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. See ya.